Friends, welcome to the official YouTube page of Everest IAS Academy. So today we are going to discuss January 3rd, 2020 Hindu newspaper analysis from the UPSC prelims point of view. So let's go into the video, friends. So the first article which is important is the 5 DRDO Young Scientist Lab to be launched. So this is very important, friends, for the preliminary examination of this current year. So we need to understand the basics of what do we mean by this Young Scientist Lab. So let's discuss that. Actually, as part of that, government is going to open 5 labs at 5 places. That is, in case of South India, it is Bangalore, Chennai, and then Hyderabad, and then Mumbai is included, and then Kolkata. So most of the metro cities we have concentrated these 5 labs, and what they are going to do means they will actually pursue and develop the key technology for developing the next generation defense systems we are going to develop through these defense labs. So that is a Young Scientist Lab, and we are all the persons who are going to head that organization, especially the director, and each and every member will have the age that is less than 35 years of age, and young military scientists. So mostly young people will be working in this organization, and this technology will be very much essential for developing the next generation of warfare system in defense. In addition to that, the new directors who are going to be appointed, they will be chosen within the organization only, but that will be through a tough selection process for a time period of 6 months. The committee will be chaired by, that selection committee will be chaired by the principal scientific advisor to the government, that is currently is Mr. Vijay Raghavan. So he will head the committee, and through this tight selection process, they will select the young scientists of less than 35 years of age. So let's see the technologies what they are going to develop in the 5 labs, friends. In case of Bangalore, they are going to develop this artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence means, friends, we already know that a machine will actually do the computing skills in such a manner, it will be fed with the program such that it is even able to make its own decision making and problem solving skills. That will be done in case of artificial intelligence. In case of quantum technologies, this is we are going to do in Mumbai, friends. This quantum technology means at the subatomic level, we will develop some technologies at the subatomic level, not at the atom level. So these technologies, for example, how it will be in practical level means, suppose let's take the case of mobile phones, friends. When we develop a mobile phone through this quantum physics, there is a quantum technology. Like even when we charge it for normally, when you charge it per day charge, that will actually stand for 10 years, friends. So that is the main advantage of this quantum physics or quantum technology. In case of Bangalore, as we discussed, artificial intelligence. In Chennai, it is cognitive technology. Cognitive technology, what we mean by is, the technology actually, like, it will do the thinking level as that of the human beings. So that is the technology we are going to develop. So what is advantage means, it can able to understand the language what we are communicating with the machine, and it can do the language process on its own. So it can do the communication itself on its own. That is the advantage of cognitive technology. And in case of Jodhpur University in Kolkata, we are going to develop these asymmetric technologies. Friends, in asymmetric technologies, what we do means, suppose in case of normal warfare, suppose we will take the case of India and Pakistan, our government will fight with the military only. But in case of asymmetric technological warfare, what they will do means, instead of fight between the military of 2 countries, here the fight will happen between the military of 1 country, suppose Pakistan, with that of the people of India. So they will directly not target the military of India, rather with the people. They will influence the ideology. So that is called as asymmetric technologies. And in case of IIT Hyderabad, they are going to develop smart materials. So basically these materials are responsive materials. So like a sensors, they will develop these technologies, friends. So now what happens is that the technologies which the DRO they are going to develop means, they are going to be considered under the category of new innovation, and it will make India self-reliant in the defense technology, and it will strengthen the Make in India program of the current BJP government. So as we have discussed, these 5 labs will have the data under the age of 35, and they develop the latest futuristic technologies which is necessary for military weaponry system for protecting the borders of the country. So next article is, India records less than 100 tigers death for the first time in 3 years. So basically, they have reduced the number of death means, basically due to these lot of awareness programs which the National Tiger Conservation Authority has done, And in addition to that, the management level has been improved due to smart use of technologies. The National Tiger Conservation Authority, basically what they are telling means the technology has played a main role in doing the surveillance of and tracking of the tigers in the forest area. So through that they are better able to track and identify the progress of each and every tigers, and through that they were able to reduce the tiger deaths in the country. So basically in this map, if you see friends, in case of India, we have as of now 50 tiger reserves in the country. So kindly remember this. Only some crucial important tiger reserves which are coming in the current affairs. Kindly remember that with the help of this map, there is a high chance in the preliminary examination to ask in the match the following like format. So kindly study this map friends. So next article is Science Congress takes extra care to avoid pseudoscience. So basically it is because of after the BJP government came into being, they promoted the Hindutva ideology indirectly through the Scientific Congress, that is the Indian Science Congress, which meet every year annually in the month of January. This is going to be the 107th year, and the theme for this current year is very important for the preliminary examination friends. That is, we are focusing upon the science and technology, upon rural development. So kindly remember this friends. So how these Science and Indian Science Association or Congress came into being means, actually it was started in the year 1914 itself. That is during the British time period. In Kolkata it was formed, and it has a membership of more than 30,000 scientists, and they usually meet in the first week of January only. So this year meeting is going to happen in Bangalore friends. So regarding this year meeting, what we are going to do means, we are going to include the Farmer Science Congress also. That is, farmers will be included, and we will try to discuss agrarian distress and the climate change issues with respect to agriculture will also be discussed, and a mitigation and solution for them will be discussed in this Congress. So on the editorial and open-end page, if you see friends, only two articles are very important. That is a week test that talks about the Swachh Surakshan survey, another one about the housing, rural-urban housing divide, especially about the Pura scheme. The remaining articles are not that much important for the preliminary point of view. So let's go and discuss these two articles friends now. So the first article is week test. Here they are basically discussing about the Swachh Surakshan surveys loopholes or the problems. Rather than being a symbolic survey of identifying and ranking the cities, it should go and promote the sustainable solutions such as wastewater treatment, sewage treatment, and huge infrastructure related to that should be promoted. That's what the author is mainly saying in this article. So let's go and discuss this. So as of now, they have identified this ranking system for the they wanted to rank the system according to the cleanliness survey of the country. So now what happened is that usually if you see the sanitation and public health, they comes under the domain of the state. So due to that, what happened, the center came and introduced a ranking criteria so that it will promote a competition among the various municipal regions in the country, so that area can go and promote its cleanliness campaign. So now, as we have discussed, the problems confronting are, we need a huge investment in large scale urban infrastructure is needed, and even we need third party transparent technical audits to see whether the cleanliness or hygiene structure is properly maintained. And this year we are additionally having ambitious targets like 100% safe disposal of waste, and even fecal sludge and other things, wastewater treatment. So all these we have included in this year target. So, but the problem is, if you see friends, on the world, there is a concept called as circular economy. What we mean by is that whatever waste a country is generating, they will try to reuse it, recycle it and reduce it, and that by it will reduce the pressure upon the natural resources of the country. So India should also move towards this circular economy in future. That's what this article's main issue is about. So next article is minimizing the housing divide. Basically this article is talking about the Pura scheme. That is this is a pet project of our visionary leader Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. So he has given this scheme, that is a provision for urban amenities in rural areas. So we have to provide the same urban infrastructure in case of rural areas, means it will reduce the rural urban divide. That's what the idea of the scheme. But the basic idea of the scheme is not just about creating economic infrastructures such as loans or banking infrastructures or employment opportunities. It should also focus upon the social infrastructure. That is, it should focus upon the housing especially. That's what this article is main about. In case of housing in rural areas, means what is the main problem means, we don't have any meaningful market interventions and financing is the big problem. So there is no private sector which is coming and going and developing any housing infrastructure, affordable housing in the rural areas. So financing is also a lack of concern in urban areas, especially private financing. So what this author is saying means there is a high level of amenities, housing deprivation is already there in the country, and because of that what this author is saying means the housing is not properly there with a concrete structure, means that a house will have then there is no chance for going for developing any renewable energy or electricity development, even sanitation facilities or drinking water facility cannot be done in that. So what should we do in future means we should engage the cooperative sector in lending finances to them for developing houses, and even public private partnership should be done rather than government promoting and giving. We should go and develop partnership with private sectors, and that should actually incentivize the people to go for housing infrastructure in the rural areas. So next article is Air Defense Command Plan. So basically this article is about the news. Like the new post of Chief Defense Staff has been appointed, and under that he has actually given some recent he has given outlined his priorities. What are his priorities means he has said that since he has given only 3 years time period now to operationalize his post, so he is telling that we should create an air defense command, and common logistics support should be created for army, navy and air force, so that there will be a jointness and synergy in operation. And one more advantage of this common logistics is it will ensure optimum utilization of the resources. And one more thing is where are the areas when jointness in operation can be done means in logistics, operation, even training can be done, transport can be done, and communication, repairing problems, maintenance, all this can be done within 3 years. So that's the objective of this Chief Defense Staff post creation. So next article is we briefed nations on Citizenship Amendment Act says government. Basically this article is in response to the Supreme Court judgment which has asked our government of India that when the petition for Citizenship Act was challenged in the Supreme Court, that it is violating the Constitution, Supreme Court has said that it has not given a stay for the Citizenship Amendment Act. So instead it has asked the government to it should promote better awareness among the citizens what the agenda of the actual bill of the country this act is all about. So as part of that our government has now replied it has created better awareness. So it has now made it very clear to the citizens of the country that it is not going to change any constitution or citizenship status people who are already here. Only it is giving citizenship status to the religious minorities who are coming as a refugee. So next article is India and Nepal to hold talks with Kalapani. Friends, kindly remember this Kalapani. This is very important for prelims and mains examination this year, because in the prelims examination there is a chance for them to ask Kalapani issue is all about. It's a dispute between India, Nepal, India, Bhutan, like that. They will give 4 options, friends. So kindly remember that this is a dispute, border dispute which is happening between India and Nepal. So in case of India, that is especially the Uttarakhand region. That is where India is claiming the main actual dispute. If you see, friends, actually India is saying that Kalapani comes under the Uttarakhand region, but Nepal is claiming that it comes under their territory. This is what the dispute is all about. If you see in the history, in 1816 what happened, East India Company and Nepal, they have signed a treaty that is called Treaty of Saguli. Under that, what is the condition means how they will identify the border means based upon the river Mahakali. So that is the natural boundary between India and Nepal. That's what they have identified it. But the problem is the present flow of Mahakali, where it is actually. So Nepal is saying one version and India is saying one version. India is saying under the current flow, this Mahakali is actually originating from river Mahakali is originating from this Kalapani. But the problem is Nepal is actually saying that it comes under its territory. So now as part of that, after that what happened when the Indo-China war happened in 1962, the Nepalese king that time was Mahendra. So he has handed over this Kalapani to the Indian control under that time period itself. And even India is claiming, even during the Britishers time period, a map of 1879 map also shows that Kalapani as a part and parcel of Indian region only. So even then still we are having this dispute. We have signed a treaty, that is the Treaty of Mahakali, that was signed in 1996. And later what happened, we are also in 1981 only, we are also having a technical boundary committee that discusses about the boundary related issues. But still now no final dispute has not been reached. And now why it has come in the news means India has now due to revoking of Article 370 status and the new Union Territory status to Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh, it has projected that map as the part of India, and even it has included Kalapani also. But friends, if you see why Kalapani is very important that India is still claiming means, this comes under the tri-junction of, this is India, Uttarakhand region, and then comes under Nepal tri-junction and Tibet that forms part of China. So it's a tri-junction between India, Nepal and China, and it is very crucial because this Lipuleku pass is present near this Kalapani, where this is considered to be highest pass, and all the boundary movements of the border areas of Chinese army can be tracked from Lipuleku pass. That's why India is very strong in like claiming this Kalapani river area. So next article is 999 Bangladeshi, that is 9,999 Bangladesh were in India illegally. So basically this statement has been made very authentic by the Bangladeshi government itself, that there were around some 1,000 Bangladeshi nationals who stayed in India illegally, and it is now initiated legal proceedings also. This is in reaction to the recent Citizenship Amendment Act, friends, where actually we have given citizenship status to 3 neighboring countries, that is Pakistan, Afghanistan and Bangladesh, but only to non-Muslim minorities. This is where the problem lies. In addition to that, we have used a term called religious persecution for people who are faced in the neighboring countries such as Bangladesh also. For that, Bangladesh has actually was very angry with India that it is not doing any religious persecution for Hindu minorities. So that's what this issue is all about. Next article is India's Arabica output an all-time low. Friends, basically what happened is that due to the recent high torrential rains and floods which happened in the state of Karnataka, landslides also, it washed the top soil. So the coffee plantations, they have actually this year very low yield when compared to the previous year, and there is a chance for the coffee price to rise. This is what this article is all about. Thank you friends, kindly subscribe to our channel. If you have any doubts, please post your doubts in the comment section.